Welcome to the Google Genealogist, utilizing the latest tools from Google to find your family history. My name's Devin and I'm excited to do this video today. Google, in my mind, is absolutely amazing. They have so many resources without having a product for family history or for genealogy. I don't work for Google, but I've learned a couple of things over the years that have been helpful, and I hope I can pass some of those on to you today. So with that, we'll go ahead and get started. Our outline today: first, I'll talk a little bit about who Google is, a little bit about the company, and then I'll spend the majority of the time doing some demos from some of the products that Google offers, and talking about some attributes that the Google Genealogist has that does this kind of research. Google's mission is to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. No small task, but they're doing a great job. Google Facts. Let me just share a couple of these. Google started in 1998 as a research project at Stanford University with Larry Page and Sergey Brin. Google searches billions of web pages often in less than half a second. So it's very fast, and it's something they try to do is be fast. This is from the Google blog. Every minute, 48 hours of video are uploaded to YouTube. That's just mind-boggling. Video files are large, huge, much bigger than a digital image, and so that's just a lot of data being uploaded every minute. 99% of Google's revenue is from the advertising programs it runs, and so Google makes money through advertising. I want to share this from Larry Page, one of the co-founders. He said it in a University of Michigan commencement address in May of 2009. He said, "I had one of those dreams when I was 23. I suddenly woke up, I was thinking, what if we could download the whole web and just keep the links? I grabbed a pen and started writing. Sometimes it is important to wake up and stop dreaming. I spent the middle of the night scribbling out the details and convincing myself that it would work." So how does Google do it? They have a Google bot, or a spider, and it discovers pages by harvesting the links from the web and following them. And so Google basically does that. It downloads the web, keeps the link, and it indexes the information that it returns in the search results, and it points you to that data. There's a lot of algorithms and stuff going on in the back end, but that's how it returns the data. Google's an index per se for links on the internet. So the Google Genealogist takes full advantage of technology and the internet to preserve and provide family history. Let's talk about some products and attributes of a Google Genealogist, and we'll get into our first demo here. I'll go to the Google homepage. You can see there's lots of white space, and there's only one place to type. You can't go wrong with that. You'll see, though, a couple of links. Something they're advertising with Google Plus tonight. Classic Google, learn more. I'm going to click on About Google in the bottom right-hand corner, and it'll take me to another page, and then I'm going to click this See All Google Products. Once I'm here, I can scroll through and see all of the products that Google has. Just about all of them are free. I'm not going to talk about a couple in this video, but just mention them briefly. Google Chrome is the web browser from Google, and it's the one I'm using. You can see I have a couple of tabs open across here. I can move them and change them around. It's a very useful tool. But it's just like Firefox or Internet Explorer, but it's Google's tool. Up here with Chrome, the URL box becomes the search box, and so you can do your searching right there. Down here is a product called Google Voice, which is an internet phone number, which I personally love. Once you dial that number, it will send you to a landline or a cell phone, a mobile device, or you can even use your computer and set up your computer to ring when that number is called. And so it's an internet number, but it forwards it to a device that you can use. One of the things I love is that it archives the texts, which you can send for free, and your voicemails, and puts it into a form that you can access, kind of like an email system. Very helpful, very useful. Gmail is Google's email service. It's free, it's great. And then ultimately, something a lot of people don't know, which I think is kind of funny, is the patent search, that you can search US patents through Google. So anyways, this is where the products are from Google. I want to describe a process of finding, organizing, and ultimately publishing your family history. This will be the first video, and I'll talk about finding your ancestors and family history, but the process is the following, and this will be the first of a few videos in that. Google Web Search will be the first product we talk about today. 2 tips that I want to give you. Google will search websites. A lot of people don't know that. So if I were to do familysearch.org and put site before it with a colon, and then put the word Nauvoo in there, I would be able to search familysearch.org using Google for the word Nauvoo. Also, if you're looking for a specific ancestor, one of mine is a man by the name of Moses Wade. If you put his name in quotes and use some plus and minus, you're dramatically going to improve the accuracy of your searches. If you don't use those things, you probably are very frustrated with the millions of hits that it's returning to you. So let's go ahead and do a demo on that right now. I'm going to go back to my Google homepage and I'm going to type in Moses Wade. I have 7.6 million results. That's a lot of results, and I don't want to go through all of those. So I'm going to do this a different way. I'm going to start with quotes and then type Moses Wade and then end it. That's saying I want just that phrase and nothing, no variation of that. And then I'm going to do plus Utah, and I have 445 results. If I change Utah to something else that is descriptive of him, the Mormon Battalion, which I know he was in, I have 65 results. And so I have much better results if I use a couple of easy things in my search queries. Let's do a site search. So I'm going to type in site familysearch.org and then the word Nauvoo. Now I have several results, but you can see my green links are all from Family Search. And so again, I'm using Google to crawl familysearch.org and give me this city in Illinois. So that's those 2 things, those 2 tips in action, and it's very, very helpful. One other thing I'll share about the Google search box a lot of people don't know is that the box does a lot of different things. Let's show you, for example, that it's a calculator. So I'm going to do a math problem, hit enter, and then I have my answer right there. Let's say I want to know what time it is in Ghana, Africa. I type that in and I find out that it's a little after 5 p.m. Let's say that I want to know what the weather is in Boston, Massachusetts. I type that in, I've got my forecast right there. So that's something that you can learn about in a search features page that you can find. If you can't remember, just know that every question that can come in this class, the best answer is just Google it. So Google search features and you'll find this page and you can scroll down and learn about the box. Something else that's helpful is the More Search Help page. You can Google that as well. This will teach you about phrase searching, searching within a site. The minus is for terms that you want to exclude. And fill in the blanks. You can use wildcard searches. Also the OR operator. This is a very helpful page. Basic search help is also something that you can spend some time doing, but it'll teach you some of these principles and some of these uses for it. For the web search, then, the product, the Google Genealogist is constantly improving his search experience by trying new things. And so that's the attribute that the Google Genealogist has for this particular product. And I'll just leave you with 2 other things real fast. You'll notice here now Google has something in the Chrome browser called voice searching. And so let me show you how this works. Salem, Massachusetts. And so you can see I spoke my search. I just click that little microphone, say it, and then I have my results right there. As you see me typing different things, you see the links changing. That's something called instant search, and that's a new feature of search as well. Ultimately, I'll go back and show you one other thing. If I come into Google and then do /images, I'll show you a new feature You might say, I know about images, Google Images. Well, did you know you could do this? Click on this little camera, and I'm going to upload an image from my computer of an ancestor named Irma. And now it's giving me results, visually similar images for her. So I can come in here and hover over these and get some information. And that's the image search. I can come up here as well and describe the image, put Paragouna, Utah, for example, and get some other results. And so those are a couple of the new features of web search. Again, this has been the Google Genealogist, and I hope that's been helpful.